Yes, the UCO or UCO match, and with waterproof match tube. I picked this up on Amazon. Again, I did see these guys at SHOT. Really cool guys. Not the company, but the distributors. I think they're up in Seattle. They distribute several different brands of outdoor and camping goods. And one of their main ones was the UCO emergency matches. And these are the Titan logo on there. And I went on to Amazon promptly when I got home. I had to check it out, and I had to get this tube. These run about, this waterproof case for them, they run about $8 or $9. And there's only, I think, 12 matches in here. Once you get the tube, then you can buy them by bulk and a little bit more for a little less. But this has got a nice thick O-ring on it. I have not submerged this in water yet. And I take this thing, this striker, this piece of sandpaper or abrasive pad, and you can actually remove that. It comes with 2 extra ones inside, so I take that out. I store it inside. I just don't want to get that. If I ever needed to use this, it's most likely going to be in a wet, damp, cold, windy environment, and I can take a couple of seconds, pull it out, slide it in there, and then use it. I don't think these are strike anywheres, and there's a good reason for that. So let me open this up and show you real quick. So we get this in frame here. Yeah, these bad boys are big. Look at that thing. Show you here. So they're a waterproof, literally a waterproof, stormproof, windproof match. And they burn for, as verified by me, for about 25-30 seconds. I'll show you that. I'll show you how they work, and you can see how long they burn. But basically, they don't burn this stick. Once it gets down to here, it's done. It's kind of like a sparkler, or almost like it's almost like one of these, 4th of July fireworks. You light it and it just burns. It kind of glows all the way down, but it really puts out a big flame, a lot of smoke. You never want to light these indoors. You're going to set off all sorts of smoke alarms and fire alarms and everything. So they're just huge. Here's the size of a standard. Look at the size comparison here. Frame here. A standard, matchbox match right here. These are a little small too, but I have some different options for this, and I'm going to show that after I get done with this video, and maybe tack that on the end. But basically, you get, and this comes with probably for good reason, comes with a cotton ball in there, so they're rubbing around, they don't bang around on each other. And I'm guessing you could probably use this as some sort of tinder if you needed some more backup, but really, I'm guessing this is to keep these from banging around. If this thing went off, it'd probably go off like a bomb, because they do light, and they light really easily. So, in the package, I mentioned this, but it comes with, I think there's 2 extra strikers in here, striking surfaces, maybe even more than that, actually. No, I think there's 2. These are thicker than the ones that are on the outside. It's in a sealed pack, I believe. There might even be more than that. I'm not going to open it up because it's actually sealed. That's kind of nice. So just keep that as an emergency. It comes with one on the outside ready to go, and you can replace it and take it out of the bottom here, no problem. But really cool matches, really cool, storm matches, and for major emergencies, situations where you are going to need to get a fire started. You can pair these up with some sort of trioxane or solid fuel tablets, which I don't know if I have any of those around. But I've been kind of looking for something that's like a foolproof, because we live in the Northwest. It's really rainy. It can be really nasty out here in the wintertime. And so I've always been looking for something that would light a fire really easily. Just to see, these are fairly wet. So this is firewood, and it's not wet, but they're a bit damp. And so I'm going to see what happens if I can just get these things thin make them, kind of feather them out a little bit with a knife, and then just see without much tinder if I can just light this with one of these matches, and that'll tell me how damp they can still be. Oh, that's driving it into the ground. So I'll use this as a base. How wet they can be and still work. It's getting pretty thin. This is a pretty wet piece right here, actually. It's not wet, it's just damp. So let's try that. Now I'm going to take and kind of just make some kind of feather type. Not real crazy feather sticks, but imagine what I'm trying to simulate is if I need to get a fire going fast and I don't have the most ideal, let's try this one, and I don't have the most ideal conditions going. I'm wet and cold. It's not windy right now. I was kind of hoping to have a little bit of wind for this test. But let's just take a look here. So I'm just going to cut this down. Just make little shavings. To do this, let's try it. All right, make a little, let's make a base. A little bit of a base. Just a small, I just want to make a small fire to see if I can get it going with one match. And just imagine if this is all, if you just wanted to do this very, very fast, you're finding semi-dry wood. Let's see if it gets enough burn time to actually, that's got a lot of sap in it. Maya, hey, leave that bird alone. All right. Let's just say that's the deal, and I got some bigger pieces here to stick on. So I got my quick fire built, my quick thing. I don't even have like really good tinder, you know, that's the whole point. Here's your standard set of matches, you know. Now here's the UCO or UCO matches. Let's try this out. So I have the striker inside. I just took it out. There it is. Let's get one out here. And I store the striker inside of the little canister. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I figured if this gets wet, then it kind of defeats the purpose. I don't think they light very good when they're wet. My dog's chasing a bird. Okay, let's try this. Let's get a nice spot for this to go. And I want to stick this right under the whole thing. So I'm going to light this. Oh yeah, it's like a torch. Let's stick that under there. Just get it under there and go. Let's see if it gives us enough burn time to catch this thing on fire. It may not. It may. It's burning down. It's burning down. Oh, wait a minute. Awesome. What do we got here? Is it gonna go? Let's say, still burning. Check that out. Still kind of burning up that tinder. If I can keep loading. And this is a terrible setup here. Let's see if I can put some more stuff on there. Still burning though. So that light's, is it gonna go? Remember, this is wet wood, so it looks like it's kind of burning it. I also don't want to start a huge fire, but I'm going to see if I can get this to burn. Huh. All right. Pretty cool, huh? One match. Let's throw some more small stuff in there just to get it going. Oh yeah. Oh, I found one of these. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Check that out, huh? Easy. Easy street. One match. Done really fast. I suppose a true test would be to see if I could take this out, you know, and really find some wet wood, but I'm telling you, this wood right here, even though it's firewood, it's not wet wood, but it is damp to the touch. I mean, it's not, I picked one purposefully out of our woodshed that was actually a bit wet. So it's not having any problem at all. One match, very carelessly threw it in there, lit it, and I mean, I could keep piling wood on this thing and it'd keep burning, you know, it's not a big deal. I could probably dry these out even. I don't think I'm gonna keep it going, but carelessly put this in there, just threw it in, let it burn. Now, if you pair this stuff with trioxane or some sort of solid fuel tablet, you're gonna obviously multiply your chances of getting a good fire when it's really wet and windy. But as you can see, these matches these things don't go out. I mean, they're like a torch. You can put them under water and they won't go out. So that's a good way of getting a very reliable fire started fast. You know, you're not talking about super lightweight here, but in certain conditions, it might be worth bringing these along.